Well, boys and girls, we did some scheduled jostling around. Look who we have with us. We're almost at the end of the work week, my friends. This is a fine Thursday. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, Brandino Davis. What's happening, my friend? The returning of Brandino.
I know. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jack Daddy. What's going on, brother?
We are having a fine day. The work day went a little bit long because I've been excited to talk to Brandino. We haven't talked to you since April, my friend. It's been a minute, if you will.
It has. It has been a while. It has been a while. Things change,
Yeah.
Things start to open up a little bit. I'm more excited for anything.
Yes,
Ready
absolutely.
on the road.
Yeah. Now, first off, before we hit the old record button, I noticed right off the bat, you've got some sweet Brandino Davis gear
this
going
right
on,
here?
the merch.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
the
it so much, man. I love it. Dave Cole did the design. I have a few more designs coming in. I have a hat, a couple other things. I'm just waiting until the money's coming through because work and stuff like that.
That's
So
awesome.
I want to get more. I'll send you one. I'll send you one. We'll do a trade and we'll do like a little party, like Alaska. I'll love that.
Yeah, we love Dave Cole. I have one of his original pieces right here. This is the Ultimate Pac-Man. It's Ultimate Warrior and Pac-Man squashed together.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of like Macho Man and Mega Man and stuff like that. I want that one so bad. I'm a Mega Man fan.
Yeah, man, we love Dave Cole. I love the shirt. Where can we, the fans, get one of those?
You just go on his website and his page and just. He's more than welcome to draw new designs. He's really creative and stuff like that. Like I had some random ideas from other people. Like I don't know, I can do it. Like I'm really like I said the last show we did. I'm a nerd. This is like a copy of Freakazoid, the old TV show.
Okay.
And I just love the pose, so I love doing that and stuff like that. And he's like, I'll do it. I was like, we're not gonna give you the money. So he did that. He did another one that says, "What up, Jack Daddy?" like MTV Raps. That's coming out soon. And another one with me sticking my tongue out with the L-shaped forehead, what I usually do for my pose.
Nice.
Then I think I might do another one. I don't know what. I might do like an old school 1950 style drawing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was like me and like I don't know. Let's think about it. There's a couple ideas. Jack Daddy needs to do a couple of varieties and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's what we love as fans is variety of merch, because we love to support the wrestlers. And when we have one of their shirts for quite some time, we're like, when's the new one coming out? So I love hearing that you're being creative and getting different vibes of merch out. I as a fan, appreciate that.
I appreciate the fans who just like you did, Don. I mean, it's really fun when you want to be yourself. Like the first time for a while, you have to do as your trainer said, break out of that shell. The sky's the limit. I'm going nuts when the new Jack Daddy of all trades. I love it. It's like to me, like it's like Venom. It's like my little symbiote. So I love it. So I love the new thing. I'm so happy not to wear that heavy jacket.
Now,
because summertime is awful.
You did mention that the Jack Daddy derives from Yo MTV Raps, because that was a question I had for you that we did not discuss last time, because this is something that's changed for you, this Jack Daddy?
Yes. The reason why I call myself Jack Daddy is, and a lot of people don't realize, like, oh, it's stupid. There's 3 reasons. I love when Dusty Rhodes usually says it. I was a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas. And in the beginning, it was like, oh, what's going on, Bone Daddy? I love that. Then I'm doing Daddy because I was trained by DC Dillinger, and he was a daddy cat. So I want to give him homage for him. Wow. So that's why I did it. And people's like, oh, I get it now. I'm like, because I told you.
Well, I like that it has a meaning behind it, though. There's like a small backstory behind it. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like, people are like, why do you call yourself the Jack Daddy? Because I'm like, I do everything I want to. I do anything. I can play a video game. I can make a video game. I can cook. I can clean. I can play sports. I've been in the combine. I can wrestle. I can do flippy stuff for a big fat guy. Why not call myself the Jack Daddy of all trades? I'm not Mr. Perfect, but I'm still a Jack Daddy of all trades.
Man, nobody's Mr. Perfect. I love Mr. Perfect so much. Everything he did turned to money, man. That dude
his bumps were his money.
Yeah.
When he bumps was so over the top, and I loved every minute of it. I'm like, this is great.
And then behind him having Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean, that was
money. I wish I was great and had Bobby the Brain Heenan as my training manager and didn't have to talk and make millions, man. That guy's a god.
Are you comfortable doing promos? Because not everybody's really all that comfortable doing promos.
I'm getting better with promos. The reason why I was really uncomfortable with promos because I stutter and mumble a lot because of my learning disability. But now when I'm starting to talk, I'm just me. I talk in the third person. Like I call myself Jack Daddy of all trades when I have a conversation with you, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like I tell people like I'm the best thing since Fluffa Nutta, and like it's the best thing, and I'm the dude who makes the power move. So it's not really like what I'm saying to it. I'm making facts.
I love those little taglines. It adds those little tiny pieces add so much to it.
Yeah.
I think it's just so much fun. The next best thing since a Fluffer Nutter.
And you know Massachusetts with Fluffa Nutta.
I love me a Fluffer Nutter. Believe me, we got both in the cupboard right now, peanut butter and fluff. So that's going to be the name of this episode. That's got to be the name of this episode.
That will be the name of the episode. I'm honored to have the best things since Fluffa Nutta. But you gotta say you can't spell it right. You gotta spell Fluffa Nutta with an A.
Oh, so it's F
like a Bostonian way to say it.
FLUFFA.
Fluffa Nutta.
Fluffa Nutta. Okay. Fluffa with an A on both ends,
like
right?
You're saying like in a Bostonian way, like we're having a conversation right now.
A Fluffa Nutta. I got that. Brandino, we're having so much fun already.
I know, I'm having a blast. It's only been like 2 minutes.
Now, I kind of wanted, because since we haven't talked in a bit, I do stalk your page on the reg. I mean, follow. I follow your page on the regular.
Give it a shock. More views, more people.
I've also seen on the page there's been some activity as of late. You've been working out there on the scene because there have been promotions popping up and doing their thing in their own way. Please talk to us, to the fans. What have you been doing as of late?
I've been doing shows here and there because of COVID. And once again, my mom is very sickly, so I don't want to risk it. Unfortunately, we both had it, but we didn't get hit as much. My mom, we thought she didn't get much. She was fine. I hit worse. So I've been very cautious about it. So I've been doing Vacation Man Wrestling. I'm doing Nova Promotions. They have a new TV show that's on View or something like that. Yeah. I'm doing Limitless the Road. I didn't do last time because I was tested positive, and I missed every single one of them. I'm trying to go everywhere, man. I want to go everywhere. I want to go to Jersey. I want to go to Connecticut. I want to go to New York, down south, just to be known. Because I want this Jack Daddy movement to boom. Yes. You have no idea.
Please, if anybody that promotes and especially my area, being selfish here, we have some promotions in Connecticut. If you're listening, please get Mr. Davis on, Jack Daddy. Get the Jack Daddy on your show, because I have seen him perform maybe once or twice live, and I can't wait to see him more. So please bring them to my area, and again, any other promoters, if anybody's watching, get him on the show. Let's see the Jack Daddy spread his wings, man.
Oh my God, yeah, man. It's so hard now with the COVID. I'm like, can I pass the state? I was like,
I will say though, you did mention New Jersey. they've been very active through this
Yeah, I
whole
know.
thing.
I know. And I'm like, and I've been seeing a lot of my friends who's been doing good. Like Kennedy Copeland's been doing really good. TJ Crawford, like all of them dudes from New York and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they're doing their thing. I mean, like, if I wasn't 6.5 hours away and tight on money now, I would have gone. But I've been saving money. Tax season's coming. I got to fix my car. You know, the adult thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying, man.
Hey, that's all you can do, and getting some work in the middle of all of this is just a feat in itself. You mentioned a couple of promotions, so I'm gonna kind of just pull them out if you will. Now, Vacation Land, that's up in Brewer, Maine. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, that's in Brewer, Maine. It's a start. It's a starting up promotion. We had a good crowd the first time. It was like 100, which was kind of baffling. Good crowd, good people. We just want to have fun. Wrestling and let's wrestle. That's my heart. I would do anything for Randy. Randy Carver's like a good dude. He's a great dude. He has a mind of the business, and I would pick the hell out of that kid's ear.
Yeah, yeah. Always anybody that's mentioned Mr. Carver's name is said pretty much verbatim. Uh, just an all. Everybody has so much respect for him, and picking his brain. I'm a sponge. Let me listen. Kind of thing.
Oh my God, he will go to any show around his area just to watch because he's still a fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Yep.
I got into Limitless. He was watching a show in Nova, and he's like, "Oh, I remember him back in WWE when he started Limitless. He asked me, but I got into 2 car accidents, so I had to heal myself up. So I lost like almost 95 pounds. Now I'm like 240.
Wow.
Still got the bad bod, but I want to be in the middle. So
uh, do you consider yourself a hybrid wrestler because you can do the smash mouth and you can do some of the flippy do stuff as a bigger guy? Do you consider yourself as a hybrid if you had to classify yourself?
Yes, because I don't like to be known as one thing. Um, yeah, I'm strong, I'm fast, I'm athletic, but a lot of people don't know. I used to do gymnastics when I was young,
Okay.
so I know how to, like, balance stuff. I haven't done it in years, but once I start going back, I want to do more flippy stuff. But I don't want to do it consistently.
Right.
I want to do it out of the blue
Mm-hmm.
because once you do it as a big man, it just kills the big man persona.
Oh,
And I'm
well,
and I'm average size for a wrestler, but around the indie area, I'm pretty big.
all depending on what you do and how often you do it. Like you said, if you do it in sprinkles, it makes it mean something because we as fans, we're easy as we're easy AF, as the kids say, because we see a bigger guy do something that they probably shouldn't, and we get that wow factor. So again, it all depends on what you're producing, as a move, as a
Yeah,
bigger guy.
yeah,
And
and
like
I
you
agree
said,
with that.
yeah, you definitely want to sprinkle it. You don't want to do it all the time because then we get that wow factor.
Yeah.
Uh, so up at Vacation Land, there's some familiar faces that I saw, yourself included. And then Vacation Land is actually making a return very soon, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Next week, yes. I don't know who I'm working, but I don't care who. As long as I have fun. I always have fun. So it is kind of a vacation because I like going up to Maine because it's very low key. As you know, around like Mass, Connecticut, we're jerks. We suck at driving. We're loud. You go to like Maine, New Hampshire, and they're like, "Oh, how you doing?" You look at them like, oh, "What do you want? You want stuff?" But like, I got used to it. Um, I was in Canada the first time. I don't know if you was with Jason Rumble and Jason Rumble, Adam Pelly, which is Sidewalk Sam, Tim Lennox, like a long time ago, and someone else. I went for the first time. They can talk. I was not prepared for that. Like, you're not going to be prepared for this. Like you're at Tim Hortons. You're having a full 10-minute conversation. Dunkin' Donuts around here. Like, what do you want? All right, bye. I'm like, all right. Want a tip? I mean. But yeah, I like seeing different areas. I want to go down. Like I said, I want to go down to the south. I want to go everywhere.
Nice.
If I can go, I'll go. You know what I mean? I know it's going to be hard traveling now,
Yeah.
but I think if I manage and do the right thing, sky's the limit. I mean, like prime example, Christian Casanova and AG just got signed, and
Mm-hmm.
I've never been so proud of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like those were the two hardworking dudes I've ever met in the business. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. There's a lot of people who are catching up, but those two worked their ass off. AG used to be a referee when he was 12.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew the business back and forth. I used to love picking the ears when he used to be at shows and stuff and other things like that. Christian's the other one. He just soaked it in. Like I kind of kicked myself if I didn't get that car accident, those two car accidents, I would have still doing a lot better. But I have to. Well, things happen. Life happens. You have to make the best of it and strive again. Like prime example, like I'm still young to be a wrestler. Like this big wrestler's been signed up. Like Keith Lee was like 35, 36. Shayna Baszler was almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Fish was close to 40. So I can do it. Ivar, aka
Yeah.
Hanson,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you just have to be in the right place at the right time.
I appreciate that mindset because to persevere, and it's not just wrestling, but anything, when you have something traumatic like that and you're like, not once, but twice, and to push forward. We've had some stuff going on in my fam not that long ago, and it's really a matter of you got to dust yourself off. You know, the old adage, you just got to pick yourself and dust yourself off. And I know it's much easier said than done, but I appreciate that you've done that because you know when trauma hits our lives,
It hits like a ton of bricks.
it's very easy to give up, though, sir. So it's much easier to give up than to push forward. And when you push forward, you get a little bit of something more inside. You gain more experience, and I appreciate that
Thank you.
from you because we can't give up. There's a lot of shit we can give up, and if you don't move forward, you can't move forward. So
It's like a pothole when you're on the road. I used to tell this to the kids. Like, imagine you're driving down the street. You hit a pothole. A pothole. What would you do? I would fix it. Exactly. Just like life. You hit a pothole. You hit a flat. You change your tire. Keep it moving. Your flat's already in the past. You're still on your journey going home. And like it makes it so simpler. It's a lot of people think about it like that. Like that's why like even in the summertime with the whole politics on Facebook, it was so annoying. It was, oh my god. And I'm not saying it because of like a Trump side and the like Biden side. They were both annoying. It was like the far left that wouldn't shut up, and the far right that was so dumb. And you're like, what are you talking about? Me in the middle, I'm the middle guy, so I hear both sides. So when I'm hearing this side, I'm not gonna talk to you because you like Trump. I'm like, who cares? As long as you're not a jerk or being derogatory about like gays or mental special needs, you're fine in my book. Like who cares? That's what the land of the free is. I mean, like even people who don't wear masks baffles me. They nag and complain about not wearing masks, but it's perfectly okay for slavery. I was like, you know what? I can't. I can't. I just do what I have to do. Wear a mask. Just keep.
Yeah, that's why I've stayed out of all of that madness because it's been quite the whirlwind over the course of shit. I don't know, the last 6-8 months. You know, it's been just wacky.
Oh my god. I just sat there. He was like, "What side are you on?" I'm like, "I'm not a Jedi. Like, leave me alone." I'm not in the Sith of the Jedi. I'm like, "Leave me be."
Now we were speaking of Vacation Land making the return. Glad to see. Who did you work on the previous event at Vacation Land?
I worked Malik Logan and Blade Bandit on a triple threat, which is I had a blast. I was like, she was like, "What do you want to do? Have fun?" I'm like,
how did you fare? Did you get the W?
No, I didn't get the W.
Okay,
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I was like,
Hey,
"Did you win?" I'm like, "It's wrestling. I do it for the love of it. It doesn't matter."
yeah. So then we go to Nova. Nova has been very quiet for a while now.
Yes.
They're out of from what I've gathered, because I've seen Nova at the XWA Center in Warwick, Rhode Island, West Warwick, Rhode Island. Nova, do they still reside there?
No. The reason is because the promoter, who's a close friend of mine. I'm his godfather of one of his sons. It's easy travel. Go up to I think we're find a place up in Gloucester or something like that, and do tapings and stuff, which is fine.
Okay.
Get the ring rust out, have fun working a few people, trying to
Yeah.
get connects and stuff like that.
Yeah. Again, they've been quiet for some time now, basically since probably pre-COVID, if I
It
might
was pre-COVID,
not be
yeah.
mistaken. Yeah, they've been quiet. So to see them not only pop out of nowhere like that, which was very cool, but they get this cool Roku deal that they have going on, and we're going to be able to take. You're going to get more eyes on that product than ever. How about you guys and girls? Because I've always wanted to pick the brain of somebody that gets an opportunity like that. Like we've had Todd Graham on here from the Proving Ground. He signed his IWTV contract right here on Stirring the Pot. I thought that was absolutely bleeping amazing. Um, how do you feel as a talent, not only being able to be part of that show, you're going to get so many more eyes on the product because of the Roku deal.
It's like bartering to me it's like bartering in Alaska. You get something, you give something.
Mm-hmm.
Like you give your heart out, you have more fans seeing it than people asking you. Like since I was doing the road, I had like almost like 8 people I don't know on Facebook alone. Then people was like, "Oh, I had like one dude like, oh my god, your match is sick. You're just a big dude." I'm like, "What does it take?" I'm like, "Running." But it's a blessing, because you start to get notoriety. You're starting to like know what other people than the New England area that you worked,
Mm-hmm.
and you have networks. So like people from New York, if I have a show, you want to come down. You know what I mean? I'm from Jersey, Florida. You want to come down? I'm like, yeah, tickets are like $40. I'll come down. And a lot of people they realize like it's a networking business. It's like going to a networking place at a job, and you're just talking to people. But instead of
Yeah.
talking, you're working.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the way, that's what we do on this show. We want to meet new talent. We want to hear about new promotions and such. So we can get the info out, and hopefully the fans start typing the stuff up on the social media and start following, and again, getting that network opened up. So that's pretty much why I wanted to start this show, was to get the backstory of the talent that we speak of, and to get their name out there just a little bit more if we can. And hopefully we do just make a tiny mark in that, in in our area, even in the industry, because I've been interviewing people across the country too, so it's been really fun.
Yeah, I
Um,
actually got an interview from a group in Mississippi.
nice.
I was like, huh? You're like, they were from Mississippi. I love to come down. I'm like, I can kill two birds with one stone. Because I can go see my grandfather. He lives in
Yeah.
Golftown
Oh,
and
nice.
wrestle. So I can kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
And I have a place to stay.
Uh, Now, being part of something like the Road from Limitless Wrestling, which is out of Maine as well, um, being part of the Road specifically, though, right now at this time, they are now, if I'm not mistaken, in season 3. Is that correct?
Season 3, yes.
Okay, now this vessel that we call the Road, and it's under the Limitless umbrella. I think it's something really cool for you guys and girls as talent, because you've been on the IWTV regularly. They've been pushing out product regularly, and you're getting work on the reg. So I think this whole thing of the Road has been really, really cool.
It's a blessing. It's truly a blessing.
Now,
I love
making
it. Meeting these groups of people. It's a blessing. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, it has to be, because, and I know you've got to take that drive to Maine.
I
Just
don't
take that
mind
out
it.
of,
I don't mind it. So I have a routine. It's great.
How much? So your drive is probably, I'll say maybe 4 hours or so.
3.5, 4.
Okay, I'm like five-ish
Yeah,
if I were to go up.
yeah, because like Connecticut, I call it Middle Earth. For some reason, you guys want to go like you have no guardrails. It's wood. Then you have like no way. You just see deers going on like 84. You're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Then you don't even know if you're going to like a rest stop. It's right on the corner. You're like, oh my god, I gotta go before another 80 miles. Then when you hit the main road, like you're on a Hartford, it's like a death trap going
Yeah,
to New York.
be prepared. Yeah.
Oh my god, prepare wasn't enough. So it was funny because me, it was, I was me and Nakona Tower went to New York. She had a show. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'll go to the show. I was driving home. I didn't realize there was a deer on the road because it was so flat. Yeah, boom! I'm like, oh no. I'm hoping the tire didn't pop. It was at the end of the thing. I just saw a tail in the drive thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go home.
Holy shit. Oh man, yeah. As fans, because we love seeing that continual product being pushed out, and they've been doing a fine job at Limitless with that whole road series. I think it's been really fantastic.
It is. It's great. You see a lot of people work each other, and a lot of people do like working their best.
Now, I'm sure we've talked about this previous, but times have changed, and I know it's only been since April, but that's still a little bit of time in wrestling. Uh, where are you at with your character? Are we a baby face? Are we a heel? Are we just doing a mix?
I'm
What's
doing
the
a
Jack
mix.
Daddy doing? Yeah.
I'm doing a mix, man. If you want to boo me, you can boo me. I'm still the Jack Daddy of all trades. If you want to cheer me, you gotta cheer me. It is what it is. I'm not that hateful, loveful guy. I'm in the middle. Like I said, maybe you hate me. If you want to be me, be me. But you can't be me because of the Jack Daddy of all trades.
Yeah, man, for sure. On the road, we as fans we do less drives than you guys do because you're going across the country. But as fans, we do our own drives and such. We have some good times. We have some laughs. I go with my dad to all of the shows. Uh, when you're on the road and you have somebody with you, or even a couple peeps, brothers or sisters, doing the drives, there's got to be some kooky times, either within the car, at the restaurants, even in the doing a rest stop or whatever. Could you please share with us, the fans? Is there a story that you might be able to share with us? Because I see your face. You might got something in mind right now. Look at that smile.
I do.
Yeah,
So I
please,
was
please
driving
share.
with Bo Douglas, who was my trainer, Benny Jokes, Paul Glantz, the cameraman, and we was going to big time. We went to North Carolina. Using like this weird place in North Carolina, and oh, we're in the Roots area. Okay, so I think Paul had to use the bathroom, and there was a truck stop. But like we all was like, oh, let's just all take a shower and stuff like that because the truck stop you could take a shower. It's like $6. They still had. I looked up. They still had colors only, had whites only. I sat there. I looked at Bo. I was like, I'm going to the white ones because it's probably hot. And I went in there and he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, this is a clean area. I'm like, it's 2014, dude. Like, grow up. like, I'll give you an extra $5. North Carolina was a different. You know how people think, oh, we're hard and gangster. We was at a motel. There were cockroaches the size of my fist. There was a gang fight across the street. They're like, I'm walking down the road. There's some random cemetery next to like two houses. I'm like, and people are like, oh, it's different down there. I'm like, you have no idea. So
It's fun. Thank you for sharing that story. That not. Um, it's kind of, it doesn't surprise me with the signs. That did actually not throw me.
it didn't
It
throw me
should.
either. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I wanted to be the a-hole. I'm like, I'm gonna be a heel.
I mean, it should be jarring, but I don't know. You kind of expect some of that dumb shit
Oh
at
my
different
god.
places. I don't know why, but that reminds me of I went down to North Carolina with my dad for a week to go visit my aunt, and the last day we're there, they wanted to take us out to their favorite pizza joint. So we go there, we're hanging out. They know this family who owns it very, very well because they've lived down in North Carolina for so many years. So we're chit chatting with the waitress, and she goes, "Y'all are from Connecticut? You guys are so fast up there." And I go, "Ma'am, you can't even drive less than 65 on a regular road around here. What do you mean we're fast up there? You guys are off the chain down here."
Oh my god, like 70 miles. Like ours is 55.
I'm I'm doing like 60. I'm from Connecticut. I'm doing 60 and a 55. I got trucks. You look, it's like I'm driving a freaking school bus. There's a line behind me. I'm like, what the hell's going on around
There's
here?
only 2 lanes. It's like, dude, like expand it.
Craziness, man.
Yeah.
Craziness, I say.
Uh,
Oh, man.
different
Uh,
areas.
so, since we have last talked in April, wrestling has actually evolved a little bit because
Yes.
we're looking at the TV product that was doing zero audience, and then AEW started sprinkling in a little bit of the
Dark
wrestlers,
matches.
if you will.
In the dark
Then
matches.
WWE kind of started doing the same thing, but in a different fashion.
Yeah.
And now where we're at now, we we've got wrestlers standing in the ring, what looks like in the middle of a video game with this whole Thunderdome extravaganza that they've got going on.
Yeah.
You as a wrestler, could you talk to us, to the fans? What are your thoughts about the evolution of what's going on right now?
It's fantastic. It's fantastic because now after everything is going to die down with the whole COVID, we have more avenues for wrestlers to do things.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't realize that. Oh, you do TV? I'm like, yeah, TV, fans, views. I'm like, that's what we want. We want fans from different states, different countries. Like, oh, if I watch a match, it's great. And just be humble about it. You know, like we want fans to support indie wrestling because without indie wrestling, there wouldn't be professional wrestling. Without professional wrestling, there wouldn't be great moments in WWE, AEW, and any other professional wrestling. So you got to
Absolutely.
start it from the bottom. You know what I mean? And it makes you more humble. It really does. Like you work for like I think the less people I worked was 2 people. So I had a match,
Mm-hmm.
called it a day. Then the match was like 2,200. So it varies.
Yeah.
It
Uh,
varies.
Now, you did mention the AEW Dark. We're seeing so many names right now, all over the place on the independent scene, that are getting that opportunity to do this
Oh my God,
AEW
you got
Dark.
Bear Country. You got you got Ashley Fox. You got a couple other people who's coming on down here. Then who else? Davian just got the dark
Avian.
match, stuff like
We
that.
just saw,
And
we just saw Steven
great.
Stetson, formerly known as Big Cow. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's
I
just been
remember.
on AEW Dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
he
a
just
couple
jumped on
people.
there with who his tag partner was Tony Vegas or Vega.
Tony
Vegas.
Vega. I think
Yeah,
it's Tony
Vega.
Vega.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We get to see these names that we're seeing, and and you watch some, products like Beyond, and you watch like a woman like Statlander or Layla Hirsch. You
Or
see
Jordan
them go,
Grace.
yeah, Jordan Grace. You see the ladies go through the Beyonds and stuff, and now they got the AEW Dark Shots. They do a couple matches, and now they're on the AEW Dynamite Spotlight. I mean, things are just really blossoming right now, like in a different
Exactly.
fashion.
It's weird. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air. And it's really fascinating when you see it. And that's why I'm trying to get my network back on and doing all the things. I had to jump back on Twitter because I'm like, I wasn't a fan of Twitter, but I'm like, screw it, I'll just do it. Twitter, I'm going to do a TikTok, I'll do stream. just be me. Because that's what wrestling is, just you amplified by 11, 12.
Absolutely. Without that, you kind of fall in the cracks. You got to be amplified all the way up there, man. You gotta be 1,000% in, if nothing, you know. Now, speaking of Twitter, I tagged you on the Insta. I tagged you on the book, but I went to go look for you, and there's actually a couple of Brandino Davises out there that I wasn't aware of, and neither of them were you, my friend.
Jerks. No, it's Jack Daddy. Once you
Oh.
type down Jack Daddy, I just made it yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now. Give me like 1 second.
Yeah. And if I did find it, because I do have a feeble brain, I don't know if I did find it. That does come to mind, because I don't know if I found you under Jack Daddy on the gram or Twitter.
It was on the gram as Jack Daddy. Mine's Jack Daddy73 Twitter.com.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta take all my pictures on Facebook, put it on this, and so I have myself on this, and.
But without the social media, because of the age we're in, without the multiple social medias, you kind of, again, you want to get as much out there as you can.
Yeah. You have to at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I know when I ask something like this, and it's not one of those general who's your dream match kind of question or anything like that. And I know there's so much talent out there. But right now, immediate, if you have to pick a guy or even a girl, because we love some intergender wrestling. There's been a lot of that going on. First off, before I even go any further, are you comfortable with intergender wrestling? Not all wrestlers are.
I never done it. I want to try it, but I'm very like, I'm not sure. I want to be always with women, so I want to do it. I really want to. I would love to learn how to do it and have fun with it, because, like I said, wrestling's fun. And there's been a few people I would work. Sea Stars. I would work Davian. I would work mostly all the girls. All the girls, honestly.
Because we've seen, again, I want to bring the Beyond back real quick, because what they did was put a Statlander against Sugar. I forget, there's those one matches where the women get elevated.
It was Dickerson.
Yes,
It was Dickerson.
Yeah,
she. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, Dickerson is vicious. I love how he works.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god. Yeah. He tells you, yeah, it's gonna hurt. I was like, all right.
Yeah, because we see these elevated matches that takes their career into a different stratosphere. But yeah, kind of back to that. You mentioned some of the ladies that you wouldn't mind working. Who are some of the guys that you wouldn't mind working right now that you'd be like, hey, that would be some fun?
TJ Crawford.
Ooh, yeah.
I would love to work him. We worked a little bit on a 6-man scramble with Todd Graham show, and we was like, me and him looked at each other like, this was actually kind of fun. We look at each other. He's like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I know you're snug. I know we're both snug, but we take care of each other. Let's do it. I'm not gonna be mad. It is what it is. Who else? Tyree from. Why am I having a brain fart? Chaotic. There's Rip Bison. I would love to work. Kirby Wackman. Chris Canyon, Nutta. They've been going around. I always wanted to work them. Bobby Ocean. A few other people. There's a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Fine list of talent you just mentioned right there. Wow, there's some good stuff right there. With all of those said, Bobby Ocean been around for a while, still doing his thing, looking fantastic. He was up at Vacation Land. Nuka, Chris Cannon, they were both up making their debuts at Vacation
Land. Yeah. They're good people, and they're living in the New England area. And I've been trying to get in touch with the Kevin Landry School for just to work. I see a lot of my friends, but I'm just waiting for the phone call. I'd love to go to. I don't mind. I used to live out in Mass, like for college, so it's not really like an issue for me. So
Yeah, we have some fun at Kevin Landry's. They do a shut up and wrestle. They're going to be coming up with a show this Saturday, and it's marked Shut Up and Wrestle 7. They tried to do it pre-COVID, but just things weren't happening because of everything going on. So we're finally catching up, and they're doing Shut Up and Wrestle this Saturday at
yeah,
Landry's. So that'll be fun.
I want to do it. I want to work different people. You know what I mean? Like I did New York Championship Wrestling. I worked one of the streets, and me and him had a blast. Had a
Yeah,
blast.
that sounds great.
Like they messed up my name and gave me my shoot name. I'm like, that's not my name, but all right, we're gonna play with that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It was one of those like, oh, can you work? I'm like, yeah, I have my gear. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. But I had a blast with them. It was great.
That's awesome. Really cool. But we hope, because we have seen that some of the promotions haven't been able to kind of push through what's going on. Some have actually folded. Even not totally folded, but even like the Chop Shop 2 right now. There was many promotions under that umbrella. The building, because of whatever's going on, they had to get out of there. So they're looking for a place. I'm sure in the near future we'll hopefully see something like that. So we hope that all of these promotions that are having a rough time right now.
I feel like the Chop Shop has been thriving. They had their ups and downs for years. Years. T's a really good promoter. He's a great dude, and there's a lot of people who actually work for him that are sleepers, and it kind of bothers me. It bothers me that people don't get that. You know what I mean? You got Sean Lee, you got Dick Lane, you got Leon, you got his son, you got his tag team, you got like Coco, you got other people that like the Bakers. Lust, Daddy Cinnamon, and Apple, yeah, Aslana, like a lot of people.
Yeah,
and they're great people. They're great workers. I just want them to get that push. You know what I mean?
Same here, my friend. I've had a lot of that talent you just mentioned on Stirring the Pot. And what a pool of talent that is. All of the names you just kind of gave us. Boys and girls, if you don't know any of these names or any of the promotions we've been talking about, get on the old face page and such and look them up, because if we want to learn new stuff, Now, you're just looking to spread your wings anywhere and everywhere. Is that what we're talking about?
Anywhere and everywhere.
Okay. I can't wait to see what the future. Maybe we'll see more flyers, more announcements, more graphic cards with Mr. Davis on it. I can't wait to see that.
I want to get my own training card. That'd be kind of cool.
Because have been a few companies that produce those. Yeah.
Yeah, Proving Ground does a lot. Todd Graham does a lot of that. He's been doing action figures and stuff. I'm ready to get in touch with him. His cars are great looking. I'm like, oh, I want one. I one, but like it was way before I started, like before I named myself Brandino Davis. Like way like my first ring name was Malcolm Xavier. And I didn't like it.
Please, I don't think we've ever touched upon this topic.
Yeah, so I'll tell you. So when I started wrestling, I knew Todd back then. My friend Mike Zaba, who named me Brandino, he was like, "Oh, my name's Brandino." I was like Brandino, and he's like, "How about Malcolm Xavier?" I'm like, "Fine, whatever. I just want to, work." Then I started getting to know myself. I'm like, I'm gonna change myself to Brandino Davis, with the help of it was Bo Douglas, Jason Rumble, and a little bit of who was it? Phoenix. And he's like, "Why don't you just name yourself David? Because my middle name is Douglas." So I was like, "Oh, I'll just do that," and I love the minute of it. It was the best decision I made.
Yeah.
Because people don't really like Brandino. I'm like, yeah, it rolls off the tip of your tongue. It is what it is.
and I didn't expect to run into multiple Brandino Davises out on the old Twitter. So that was kind of surprising.
But there's only one Jack Daddy of all trades, so
There's only one. There is only
there only
one.
can be one. They can't be two, unless it's my son or my kid. But that's about it. I don't have a son.
Real quick, can you just repeat the first character name that you said earlier?
Malcolm Xavier.
Oh, Malcolm Xavier.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Todd had an idea. It's like, because I was bigger then, and I had like a beard and all that stuff. I look intimidating. Like, well, why don't you just be Malcolm Xavier? Because my real name's not really intimidating. I mean, it was on a sketch of George Carlin. I was talking to Chad Epic about that too. So, but I didn't want to be Malcolm Xavier. And when my friend passed away, I'm like, my name is Brandino Davis. I don't care.
Right.
Like the only way I'll change my name if I get signed by WWE.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
Yeah, because we've seen the transition of all good Anthony Green
to
retrosexual Anthony Green, and now he's at August Gray. I mean, we've seen this happen.
Yeah, which is fine. You're gonna start fresh. Yeah. I know people who have their names like Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor, but he tweeted a little bit. And now he's the Prince. I was like, yes. I'm like, yes. Now just paint yourself like Venom again in Carnage. You'll be my words. But it's because of copyright issues.
You're still such a fan of wrestling. I wanted to pick your brain about that exact topic because when they bring in the talent and change their names, for me personally, it twists my brain a little bit when you get guys like Tommy N that I've been calling Tommy N for so many years. They bring him in, call him Aleister Black. I can't remember a stupid name for months at end until it starts to click. Does that tweak you a little bit?
It does and it doesn't, because I'm like, wait a minute, because I'm like, August Great, I'm like, oh, AG. So it's one of those things. I mean, they can't ruin Chris Casanova. That's a perfect wrestling name.
I don't know.
Perfect. Like, please, writers.
But I don't know what they're gonna do with his name. Hopefully nothing.
Yeah, I think that would be a great name. Go ahead. I was about to say something.
Oh, if they work around the name and maybe change his gimmick, that's fine. But work around that Casanova thing,
Of course. Yeah. And it's gonna be awesome to see him grow and fly his wings and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would kind of like to see that, to be honest with you. Don't change his name, but go ahead and change his gimmick if you want, but just work around that Casanova ambiance. Yeah. Because he is a fine talent. AG, Casanova alike. And we've congratulated them already on the show twice since they've been signed. And again, congratulations. But not only them, there's a very wide array class
from Massachusetts. You got Donovan Dijak. You got Todd Hansen. You got them.
So many.
Breyer, who's doing the performance centers. You got A-Train. He's from.
Yeah. And I spoke of Miss Mercedes Martinez. She's been in the game for a long time, and we were just talking. I think last night or the night previous, and we were just like, she's been in the game for 19 years before she actually got signed. So that's another big one right there.
Yeah, and that's awesome for her. I mean, I met Mercedes for my second match, and we was talking. We just sat there. We was like, "Do you like anime?" He was like, "Oh my god, I love anime!" Like, it was. I remember Adam Evers. He had a show, and me and her was just talking for like a long period of time, just about anime, just for like an hour. It was great because like when you talk about wrestling, like, all right, cool, but when you talk about stuff other than wrestling, like, you're a human.
And that's why I'm single, my friend, because I can't hold a conversation without it being indie wrestling. I'm telling you.
Man, the last person I was dating, she's like, "Who do you love the most?" I'm like, "Wrestling, my family, and you." She's like, "I'm third." I'm like, "Still on top." I mean, like, my family second. I'm like, that's bad.
Oh man, Mr. Davis. this has been a fine conversation we've had on
Yeah,
the
it's been a blast.
returning.
It's
Yeah,
been a
on the
blast.
returning of Mr. Davis. Beautiful smile, wearing the sweet merch.
Oh,
Uh,
I rock it every day. I rock it every day. I have to. Like this is just sometimes because most of my friends are having babies. I want to get a baby shirt and just be like, "Here you go." But don't you dare! I'm like, it's already too late. I'm like, the damage has been done.
um, now, before we let you go, I'd like you to do a couple things for us, if you may. First off, please give us all of that social media goodness so we can look you up, follow you, and stuff like that.
Of course, Facebook is Brandino Davis. Instagram is the Jack Daddy, and Twitter is Jack Daddy 73.
Hmm. Do you have a YouTube where we can see any footage by chance?
I have to tweak it a little bit. It has my shoot name, but I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. It has a bunch of Twitter stuff. I have stuff on the road, stuff when first started, which is like my first real match was with James Malonis.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Uh,
so at
what year
UFO
was that? What year was that?
2011.
Hmm. Wow, we're at 2021. Uh, moving forward, hitting the road again, getting it back.
Oh, I can't wait.
When you were talking about it earlier, your juices were flowing, my friend. Your juices are flowing.
Oh, it is, man. Like once you, like I said, once you like make your own guy,
Mm.
it booms because I'm a creative person. I went to school for video game design, so my idea is booming, booming. It's bad, and and a few people loved it. Like most of the guys from Canada, like I talked to, Kobe Christ, Sidewalk Sam, Little Blay, all of them who's in Kazarian, they're great people. And I wanted to give them a shout from out down here because they gave me a shout out there. I want to give them a shout out there for them. Like I want to give a shout out to a lot of people who helped me out in the business, but it's so much time. If you let me, I mean,
Well, hey, I am kind of bringing this to a tail end, but this is why we bring the talent on. If you have anything, and that's how I was going to kind of close this, if you have anything on your mind, you want to go through a laundry list of thanks to your peeps, this is your forum, my friend. What we
oh,
do, we like to give you the forum. You could send a shout out, you can give a message, you could talk to the fans, you could talk to your peers. Whatever you want to say, please shoot away, my friend.
I have a shout out to everyone. I have a shout out to Jason Rumble, Bo Douglas, Mike McCarthy, the great DC Dillinger, Kofi Christ, Sidewalk Sam, Kobe, Jeff Jefferson, a lot of people who's been helping me out, making me because everyone has flaws. And I want to tell people you have flaws, make your flaws a positive. Make it a positive. That's how you become a better person. And those people who did that made me a better person. Benny Jooks, like Benny Jooks helped me out in the late run and stuff like that. Pat Dillon, who gave me my first match. There's a lot of people I want to, but it'll be like an hours and stuff like that. I just want to truly from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything that they did. Slick Wag Brown, especially, because he was the one who, when like you thought you were hard ass, he took you down he took you down a peg and just told you the reality of it, and you realize it, and not being disrespectful, but he just gave you that advice, and I appreciate everything that everyone did. I mean, I'm honored. It's being humble, and that's what the business is: being humble and trying to have that type of family feeling.
Mhm.
Because let's face it, we're misfits. We're grown ass men and women who's purposely getting punched, thrown in slams, getting hit with chairs and anything else, and going home, having another life. And some of us are substitute teachers and coaches like me, psychologists, like other brands in the area.
Uh,
So
that's what we love around here, my friend. We love to see the talent, share the love. give us fine messages. Turn that negative, turn your flaws into that positive, spin that bitch around, if you will.
Yes. And another place you have to look at, up in Canada, they have a thing called Ring Royals. I'm a part of that. I will send you I'll send you the link to that because they're great. I mean, they had Carlito have that merch. They had Davey Smith having it. You know, a bunch of people, a bunch of vets that have it because it's
Nice.
straight. You want to be Royals in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So I love being a sponsor to them too.
Awesome. Thank you for that info. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
being open and candor. We had a fine conversation with many a topic. I'll tell you, we covered a
Oh
whole hell
man,
of a lot in an hour.
yeah, we did. Two EFG
So,
guys just talking.
but that's what we like on Cernapot. It's just a couple friends hanging out, talking wrestling, my friend.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, thank you for spending the time with us and talking to us, the fans. That's always a pleasure. I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
that.
me once again, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'll come back anytime you want me to.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going. We had some months in between. Maybe we'll kind of do some chunks because we got to talk many different things, what's been going on and such. So this was fantastic. We definitely have to have the return of Mr. Brandino Davis down the road.
Oh man, I would love that.
Yeah,
Can't wait, man. I can't wait.
absolutely, myself included. This has been amazing,
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait to get this one out there. I rewatch everything. All of my stuff I rewatch. I try to think. I'm a jackass, so I just try to see if I've been a bigger jackass than I was previous. So
You have to
uh,
help yourself. You have to, you have to help yourself. Like I could do better.
so I can't wait to check this all back, have some fun. Uh, Brandino Davis, a fine guest this evening. On a Thursday evening, we're at the end of the work week. That's about there, baby.
Oh my god. And as a substitute teacher, all I do is just sit there and watch like 2 to 3 kids, and I fall asleep. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm like passed out, like sleeping.
He's like, I'll just be honest.
Like I work in Chelsea High, and Chelsea's. I think we had like I just was doing it like 1,500 kids in that high school alone. There's only been like 4.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just gonna play video games until I have to go upstairs and watch them, which is fine. You know what I mean? I don't mind working with kids.
Well, thank you for being an educator and trudging through everything. Dude, talk about a whirlwind out there. Educators have their minds are spinning, so I applaud you.
It's been a hectic ride. I have
Yeah,
to tell you,
yeah.
it's been a hectic ride, especially being in the most hotspot area in Massachusetts. It's been a kind of a hectic ride.
I can't even imagine, and I wouldn't even start to imagine. But thank you for that. That's something we definitely have to thank you for.
I appreciate it, man. I'm just doing my job and just taking care of these kids. That's all I'm doing.
That's what I've heard. I've talked to a few teachers on here, just doing my job. It's more than that, and you guys don't realize it. And I know it is your job, but it's a little something extra with everything.
Yeah, it's a little initiative. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is Stir in the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, Brandino Davis. Thank you so much, my friend.
You're welcome, Jack Daddy. Anytime, baby. Anytime.
I love that.